Hello everyone, my name is TurboTony19 and welcome back to the Broken Sword Let's Play. I've got my Pepsi in one hand, I've got my mouse in the other, and my mic on my head. I'm ready to do some Broken Sword today. I'm going to record 2 episodes for you. And I just uploaded the start of George Stobart's adventure today. And there's obviously an episode in between that. But we're back to Nico, and now we're back to content in the game that was added after its release. And I think this is like, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but I know it wraps up pretty quickly, and then it's just the rest of the game, and then it adds some extra stuff in. But there's a lot of stuff to look around in Nico's apartment. So let's go and have a quick look around and see what she's got. This, by the way, this art that's been done is just so iconic. And even you could see Nico on the left there, the picture for Broken Sword 5. That actual background of the picture, which you can't see because this covers it up, is actually of this room here, and this has been used tons and tons and tons of times. So it's very iconic in the Broken Sword series, Nico's apartment. Let's have a look around her room anyway, see what she has.
My first Teddy. Never had a boyfriend as loyal as him.
Yeah. I wish I still had my first Teddy. I mean, how old is she? She must be, maybe mid-20s, and she still has her first Teddy. Even, it's not even a girl thing. Even guys have Teddies that they love eventually. Let's have a look around. We could call people. Apparently we can interact with the table. I don't even know what she's doing right now. Okay, so now I can just do stuff on the table instead. So I could call people. It's not what I want to do. I want to look around her room. So let's get up and move around. It's quite a lengthy animation just for sitting down when you could just do that. I don't know why they added that in. So yeah, let's have a look at her room. Yeah, you can actually scroll past her room. I think that's the first time you've been able to do that in this game. Let's have a look at what's up here.
You have no messages.
That is creepy. What the hell is that? You have no messages. She didn't buy top of the brand one anyway.
It was a photograph of my father, the first one I ever took, with the first camera he ever bought me.
Okay, so you can tell she holds her father in quite high regard, but he's been long past. Put a bit of music on in the background. I like the way you can do that. This reminds me of a game called Fahrenheit or Indigo Prophecy, where when you're going around the room you can actually turn on music and you can actually listen to some licensed music that they have in the game. I like the fact they added it in. It makes it seem a little bit more relaxed and everything. Let's see what's in here. Some nice soothing music in the background for us now. So we see what she's got in her trunk. A few interesting treasures in here.
The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Cochon's.
Okay, so she's never been able to open it, so she's had this all this time. I'm just going to exit out, and I'm going to go turn this off, this music. It just went, I thought it was going to be all nice and... Yeah, close that. Let's go turn this off because this song went up a notch, and I'm not willing to listen to that while we look at some deep history involving Nico and her father. Oh, let's just turn a different one on. Let's try again. Jesus, does she have an whole album on here? I never tried this before. We just turn this off. There we go. It sounds like there's something on in the background. We're just going to have to deal with it. I've turned it on now. I don't know how many tracks this has, but... Okay, so back to her elephant anyway. So she's never been able to open it before. She's always had it. Doesn't seem like it's...
The box was carved by my father.
Yeah, we already know all this, so she's never had a key. But it's not that flimsy. It makes you think maybe she would have busted it open. But when you think of it that way, I mean, it was given to her by her father. And sometimes the sentimental value of the box alone is worth way more than what's inside. But regardless, we want to get in there. Can we use this to get in? No.
The box was one of the few things my father left me. The elephant on the lid.
Yeah, we know that. You know, maybe we can use this. No, it doesn't really work. No, nothing seems to be working here. Sure, there's a way that we can get in. Can't remember exactly how we do get in here, but I know there is a way. I'm sure you could pick the lock. I think along those lines. See, when I play back at George's stuff, because that's all stuff that I've played before, like there's a big difference. I didn't try the bullet casing. Maybe that can prop it open. But you know what I mean.
The
Like,
box was...
okay. It's just stuff that I haven't played like a lot of before because it's all new content. But I must have played the original game without the actual extra cut, like just tons and tons and tons and tons. So she'll close that. We'll have a look around her room, maybe call a few people. Maybe that will be the key to what's going on there. But we do need to see what's inside of there. We need to figure it out. Let's go. Maybe ring someone up, see if she can contact anyone here.
There wasn't anyone that I needed to call.
Okay, so we could choose to leave, and she will actually leave. So, like I said, normally here you wouldn't be able to play as Nico, and this character here you wouldn't normally be able to talk to, but if we go over...
Mademoiselle Collard.
Oh, hello there. Don't tell me. I'm going to meet a tall, dark man.
No, I don't think so. Why would you say that?
Oh, just a wild guess.
Anyway, your cousin's female and very pretty.
What?
Your cousin from Marseille. How could you forget her so soon? She was only in your apartment yesterday.
Ah, really?
Such a charming young girl.
Isn't she? And in my apartment, you say?
She let herself in, of course. She's got a key.
Suddenly everything made sense. My apartment had been bugged. That was how Plantard knew all about my article. How did I know? Because the only cousin I have is a sweet little guy called Jean-Marc, who runs a patisserie in Le Touquet. These people were determined, which meant they were also very dangerous.
Very dangerous indeed, because that means that she's had someone in her apartment. Isn't that really creepy to think that, you know, your home is your safe haven, and to know that you've had someone going in there and your place has been bugged? It doesn't seem to really bother Nico that much. Maybe she's dealt, you know, with people prying into her, you know, maybe she's dug in a little bit too deep before. But that would freak me the hell out, knowing someone's been in my house. I don't know why, I don't like that at all.
I suppose she'd forgotten which apartment was mine.
Oh, Miss Collard, you're a mind reader. That's just what she said.
Oh, I bet it was. Well, I'd better be going. See what my sweet cousin's been getting up to.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
And that's all you can talk to her about. We can look in her diary here. Go through. So yeah, she's actually added in a lot, right? She's added in a lot of stuff here. So this is where it stopped here, and all this stuff is new. So I'm going to read out for you now. Meet in Plantard, explosive results. Arrive to meet Plantard. Turns out the cafe has been blown up. Plantard's latest victim of the costume killer. Will I be next? Yeah, she seems to be flying a little bit close to the sun. Met an American guy, George, who was caught in the blast. He's keen to find out what happened. I gave him my phone number. I hope that wasn't a mistake. Last thing I need is someone pestering me. He's got a trustworthy face. He doesn't look like a creep, at least, but still. George called. He has found some clues. I invited him over this afternoon. I need to find out more about myself before he arrives. Should I go to the police? Can I trust them? Glad to have someone else investigating. Yeah, she seems to not really want the police involved, but she was very quick to trust George. Fleur, the flower seller, tells me that a girl who looked like me broke into my apartment. She must have planted a bug, which is how Plantard knew about the Spike story. Maybe Plantard was scared and wanted to talk to me, tell me what was really going on. Carchon's organization has kept me under surveillance, but they've chosen not to kill me. Yet, how about the costume killer? There's some kind of war going on, but I don't know how or why I'm involved. So yeah, she's flying close to the sun, and she is involved. There's no way getting around that now. And now she realised that her apartment's bugged. We can leave and we can go other areas now with her. So we go to the Carchon residence, we can go to Café de la Chantal Verte, or we can go back to Rougerie, which is her place. Like I said, you wouldn't be normally able to do this at this point in the game, especially not to the Carchon residence. They really updated this. So let's go, let's just see what's going on in the Café de la Chantal Verte. See if there's anything changed here.
The door was locked.
Yeah, and she doesn't knock on it, so you can't contact anyone there.
I didn't need to call anyone.
Yeah, you'll find that a lot of this stuff is just her investigating, and you've got a guy here that you can talk to. He's been boarding everything up. So yeah, we'll go talk to him and see what's going on in this area. It didn't take them very long to get this all boarded up and everything, but you know.
Hello, could I ask you some questions?
That depends. Are you a cop?
No, I'm a journalist.
Bit late, aren't you? They already took away the body.
I'm doing a follow-up on this story.
Okay, so we can ask him a lot of stuff. This guy, as far as I know, isn't in the original game. I think once you come back here, it's just boarded up, regardless. So we've got a few things we can ask him about. We can ask him about Moo. We can ask him about himself. We can ask about all the items and everything like this. So let's ask him about this guy.
Tell me, are you related to the workman I saw digging the hole?
Don't talk to me about flobage. Pah!
Okay.
He just won a fortune on the horses and he won't give me a cent.
Well, it's his money.
When he was broke, he was happy to touch me for a loan. Brothers should look after each other, he used to say. He's changed his tune, now he's brassed up.
Yeah, so you find out that guy actually won like a massive fortune off that tip. He got, so he got a lot of money there. So you learn that a little bit about him, which is pretty cool. Let's ask him about himself. He obviously is not a big fan of the guy down the street.
You're doing a fine job.
Damn right I am. You should be writing about me, not that idiot that got blown up.
The heroes who pick up the pieces when disaster strikes.
Exactly.
Well, give me your best man and maybe I'll put your picture in the article.
Oh, right. Just give me a minute to do my hair.
Alright, I
The
think...
police had removed the body, but nothing else looked disturbed.
Yeah, so I think he would stop you. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, this is new content to me. But like, otherwise he wouldn't let you inside here. He'd say it was too dangerous or anything along those lines. But we can see something here. Look, something that the police didn't find. Maybe it wasn't their psychic abilities just weren't good enough. We just don't know. But
A
we'll have a
panel
look.
had been blown away, revealing a gap. From this angle, I could see that something had been lodged in the gap behind the pipes.
Okay, so something is in there. So maybe if we come out, we can find it. Yes, we can look over here. And
Behind the table were some damaged pipes.
yeah, and there's definitely something there. Let's have a look.
Voila! The police and forensic teams had missed a vital piece of evidence. Some kind of pouch. On the pouch was the cross symbol of Carchon's organization. I was on the right track.
Okay, so obviously Plantard had that in the explosion, whatever, it just got lodged into here. It seems like it's quite obvious that it would have been seen here, but obviously they had to add it in regardless. Have a look, see what's in here.
On the pouch was the cross symbol of Carchon's organization. Inside the pouch were two items. A strange metallic artifact and a letter in some kind of code.
Okay, so we get two items once we examine that. So examine
The
this.
artifact had a sword laid across scales. The scales of justice. I wondered if this connected to the room at the quayside.
Okay, and what's this?
Another coded message using the same cipher system. So, Plantard was involved with Carchon.
Okay, so we've got another, crack code here. Pretty much the same as before. I'll probably speed this up as I did beforehand for you guys, because I don't want you to be watching here, and I don't want the episodes to be too long. So, yeah, let's. I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll do it very quickly so you can understand, so you can see how I do it. But I won't do any commentary or anything along those lines.
Plantard. Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed trail from Arnaud and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her, and for Canchon. But why did Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell the story, whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
Okay, so very interesting there that, Imelda, Pierre Canchon's wife, is obviously far deeper involved in this than maybe we had thought. Maybe it's worth visiting her. Let's see what's going on here. Police missed evidence in the cafe, not that I'm surprised. Found a pouch with another coded letter and a strange metal object of familiar symbol. Decrypted the message. It was written to Plantard by Imelda. She was clearly part of the organization and lied to me. Her front was a complete sham. She warns Plantard that the murderer will come after them. Plantard must really have wanted to tell me or show me something. So while these guys are obviously hiding something, it also seems at the same time they wanted help.
There was nothing of interest beyond some bloody debris.
Right. So that's all we needed from there, but I mean, really, that's a great find, isn't it? Imagine that we wouldn't have much of a lead if we couldn't have found that.
Hey, what about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Hello. They should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had fooled him easily enough. And found the evidence the police had missed.
Indeed you did, Nico. Indeed you did. You don't have to talk to this guy anymore, and considering he's a sexist pig, why would we want to? We can continue back down here. I think we've done everything we need to down here. And we fooled that guy pretty easy.
The strange metal artifact I found in Plantard's pouch had pointed back to the quayside.
Okay, and it's automatically taken us back here. Very interesting. So I personally would have thought we'll go and speak to Imelda, because obviously she's trying to hide something. Maybe people getting killed around her will finally get her to start talking, but we obviously don't know that for sure. But for now, that's the end of this episode. A little bit of history into this, and I'm trying to release shorter episodes for you. But thanks a lot for watching. These stories beginning to thicken, and then I think we're getting to the end of Nico's prologue into her story, and we'll get back to George. But first we need to find out what happened with Thierry Collard and Pierre Canchon, and this whole conspiracy that involves the costume killer wiping out what seems to be a group of people. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks a lot now. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, and if you here's the thing, it's all good. It cuts people in half, right? The mysticality. Are there really psychics in the world? Can they really know what people are going to do and say?